What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is the second installment in a series we're doing on the best and then the worst classes in the game. What's a class? So it's your Trickster, your Powerhouse, your Acro, your Tech, your Showboat, your Striker. Those are your classes. We've done the males, and we need your conversation on that. So be sure and go back and watch it and put your input. We came down to two classes. I'm not going to tell you which ones because I need you to watch the video, but two classes that were arguably in running for the worst or least good class in the game. So what's the least good female class in the game? Well, if we go over to our handy dandy power ratings sheet here, by the way, you can access this using the link that you see in the comment section below, also, or the description, also through our Discord server under the power ratings in the learning center there. But either way, if you look at females, now Abby the Witch did get power rated last night, and she was a 23 out of 25. So Abby's in that female powerhouse right there. But otherwise, really thin. We're going to get to that. Acro females, there's just non-stop top acro females. Showboats, we really only power rated 2. So that's not a fair category right now. One's horrible, one's amazing. Strikers, some really good ones in there. But again, it's fewer and farther between in terms of our ratings. And then you talk about Trickster, we've just done 2, and then Technician, we've just done 2. So the power rating system continues to grow week over week. We do more each time, so just keep coming back as we get those. But let's take a look at the actual game. This is my account, and so we're going to take a look, and I'm going to do kind of what I did on the last video and make some eliminations here. So just like in the last one, we talked about 2 categories. One is the top end of the class, and 2 is the most accessible part of it, right? So who are the girls that are at the very top of their class, top of the game? But then also, okay, if you don't have those top tier girls, ladies, women, what about the women who are accessible? What can you do with them? And so I'm going to take a look at a few objective categories, and then I'm going to throw it over to you guys to put in the comments section. What do you think is the worst or least good category of or class of females in the game? So let's talk about Striker. Argument from me is Striker cannot be considered worst class in the game. There's just some really good females here. However, the accessibility side of it's going to hurt us. So let's take a look. Naomi is freaking fantastic. I don't have her gear. She's amazing in feud. Sherry's really just for coaching ability. She's not great. But Zombie Bailey, if you have Zombie Bailey, you have everything you need for female strikers. She is a little bit rare, but not super rare. Not out of reach for, you know, at least the some spend to medium spend community. And there was some free-to-plays that got her in bags and some various things like that. So she's all you need right there, right? But here's where I go back on my statement of can't be considered for worst class in the game, because after that, you've got Roxanne and you've got Sonya, both of which are very good, both of which are fairly rare. So in terms of free-to-play striker females, you're starting to talk about, I mean, she takes forever. I don't enjoy playing with her at all. She's pretty good, but doesn't scale into the 6 gold meta very well. She had a hot minute where she was phenomenal, but you had to have gear plus moments plus this plus that. Yeah, who else? She's better than you think she is. She might be your best striker female, and she's better than you think she is. Check out Goldie's video on her when they did the revamp. But neither of them are in the conversation for, like, I'm going to run them constantly. So if you don't have Naomi and Bailey, then there really is a strong drop-off on striker females. Everybody had to use her this week, that got her anyway, that had her, and we all saw, like, she just did not scale very well, right? Triple blue, triple black, both okay. She's better than you think she is, but still definitely difficult to run for quick stuff. Yeah, Striker females, not very good. What about ones I don't have? That's all I'm missing. Holy cow, I'm only missing 4 females in the game. That is insane to me. None of them are strikers, though. So I've got all the striker females in the game. None of them, free to play wise, are super strong. So let's hold that. Top end, very, very good. Free to play, though, rough. Powerhouse. It's been a running joke for a long time, 7+ years in this game, that there's just not been good Powerhouse females. Now, top end, new conversation. Abby the Witch, absolutely category destroyer. She does so good in so many different ways. Some people really don't care for her gameplay, but she is the top Powerhouse female. It's just not even a question. After that, though, the conversation really gets rough. Really gets rough. Zombie Liv is okay. I don't like her. I don't like her gameplay style. I don't like using her. There are people who swear by her, though. And she is objectively, you look at the power rating score for her, she's objectively very good. Still pretty rare. Not quite as rare as she was last year, but after this year's zombie event, she got a little more accessible. But rough waters. Then we go to Powerhouse Stacy Keibler. Powerhouse Stacy Keibler with this moveset, Seth freaking Rollins, and Goldberg is absolutely top tier. However, you need Seth freaking Rollins and Goldberg, so not accessible at all, right? So you've got 2 characters that are fairly inaccessible, and then you've got Abby the Witch that came out yesterday, and so very few in the community have her. She's S+ tier, so I would anticipate she's not going to be super accessible either. So now we're down to, okay, who is accessible? Zombie Chelsea, who's good, but not great. I mean, she is very good. For a free play character, she's actually really good. But overall, unless you got her plate or a Titan plate that you're willing to put on her, next month when the 99 MP wears off, this isn't going to work anymore. You're going to have to switch to the move that loads everything. And it's just, she's going to drop off. Then you've got Piper. Lots of people swear by Piper. This build, triple yellow build, sub build. She's still not great. I mean, she'll get the job done, but by far not the best place to put the Piper plate. In fact, I wouldn't even consider it on her if you have like 17 other people that would be better with it. So not good. China, not good anymore. There was a time where she was really good. Not good anymore. Bianca wasn't good when she came out. Still isn't good. There's not really much that makes her great. This girl, I know Goldie's got some tricks for her, but other than that, not good. And that's it, right? That's it. So Powerhouse, absolutely in the conversation. Again, male and female now, as worst or least good class in the game. Let's go with least good. That's less negative, because it's not that they're the worst. It's just the least good of the options, which by definition is still the worst. But anyway, Powerhouse is in the conversation. Tricksters. I skipped over Tricksters last time because I really wanted to make a point. This time I'll just say, like, focus Trickster females. The joke has been that there's so many that are very, 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 very good. But that got to be less true as we got into 6 gold. So I'm going to say something, and I know it's going to be controversial to those who love her. I really don't like using this Trish Stratus. I had high hopes for her when she came out, but after the 99 MP wore off, I mean, I've literally got all the tricks for her, right? I've got those 2 plates. I've got a good strap. Or no, actually, I don't. Whoa, go away. Come back. Go away. Come back. Go away. Let's try this again here. I don't have a great strap for her, so that might actually be what's holding me back, because I've got a move strap. Okay, so I'll temper it to say my Trish, because I don't have a gem damage strap on her, is not great. Like, I cannot put down 6-star golds turn 1 in feud, which is very important to me at my level of play. I've got Shinsuke, I've got all the plates. Apparently missing a gem damage strap. I hate using her in feud, and yeah, so that's a struggle bus, right? I know that's a whaley thing to say. I don't like using her in feud. She's not getting the job done the way I want her to. Other modes she does, and in terms of Attitude Era females, absolutely that's the right call. She is great for Attitude female requirements. Asuka, Zoro has a build that you can run with her, but she is a pain. She's not anything fun. Goat Becky, I've wanted to love, and I've got 4 moments for her, but no gears, and she needs gears, both of them really, to be good. Well, at least 1 gear actually. Now that I'm looking at it, but I don't have any gear for her, so she's just didn't scale very well, I should say, up into the 6 gold meta. Zombianka, my absolute favorite in the 6-star silver meta, just doesn't scale very well to 6 gold. Up to that point, she is a world beater, but she's also super rare. Hall of Fame China did not scale to 6 gold, and in fact, she was actually still kind of a struggle at 6 silver unless you have the drip plate, but as I'm about to share with another character here, drip plate doesn't count. Most people don't have one. And if you do, yes, you can change the odds on a lot of characters there. But then let's go to Drip Coda. And the reason she's called Drip Coda is because if you have a drip plate, she's great. If you don't, nah, and I don't have a drip plate. So not really a priority for me. Hall of Fame Tori's good, not great. Rhea is good, not great, but we're going to talk about Acros in a second, and she leaves the conversation. So there's 2 characters that really come into play for Trickster. 2. That's it. One of them is Liv Morgan Oblivion. She is absolutely the best Trickster female. Period. In my opinion, and pretty much objectively too. Although we'll talk about the other one in here in a moment. But she's absolutely phenomenal. However, once again, in order to make her run her top way, you need Roxanne. You need Roxanne. Without Roxanne, she's not going to get the job done. And Roxanne's pretty rare still. So this character became free to play. They gave her away. Literally gave her away because of, there was an oopsie, but then during the anniversary month, they just gave her away for free. And this moment right here, super helpful for her, amazing for her. So yes, she is the top female Trickster in the game, in my opinion, but she needs Roxanne and probably the moment to really hit that. So then we come to Korra. Lots of people love Korra. Twit in the Champions Chat server argues all day, every day, literally almost every day, that Korra is the best female in the game. I cannot repeat Twit's success. I've attempted to make 3 different videos of Korra with her hitting insane damage, and either it's cherry picking or nothing, because there's like once in a blue moon that I'll hit really well, but the consistency just is not there. So for me, I don't enjoy using Korra at all. And I know that that's going to get some comments, and that's okay. There are ways to run her where she is super freaking good. But for me, Trickster female is a 1-horse race. It is Liv Morgan plus with Roxanne or nothing, right? Everybody else is aging. Chelsea, you're going to win. She has ways that, literally she can stun lock you into oblivion, but it takes forever. Zombianka is phenomenal. Absolutely love her, but super, super rare. Didn't scale to 6 gold because of the bleed curve. So again, it really comes down to Liv and Korra or nothing. So conversation to be had. I think Trickster female is also considerable as the worst class, or least good class in the game. However, Acrobat females is not that. Acrobat females, arguably the absolute best class in the game, male or female, for 4 very strong reasons, right? At least, right? Reason number 1, Rhea Ripley. Aside from the fact that she's going to freeze in just a moment and will become non-responsive, and that drives me nuts to this day still. Other than that, this is the best female Acrobat in the power rating scale that we have. I personally prefer Zombie Becky, but the numbers didn't lie. Acro Rhea was very accessible during her debut month. Like, for an S tier, she was extraordinarily accessible. Her best build does benefit greatly from having Mellow, but you don't necessarily have to have him. You can just run a black trainer and a purple trainer, Santa Hogan, and a multi up. This move set right here in this order, run the spinning forearm, then cover over the columns that have the least amount of countdown gems on them with multis, and then the hell free or the headbutt to decrease all those. 90 plus million, easy, 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 right? So she's phenomenal. Then, some controversy here. I think Zombie Becky's better. Zombie Becky's way more fun. She's inconsistent versus Rhea, which is what people have struggles with. She can hit anywhere from 40 million to 400 million. Not really. But no, she does typically hit in the 50 to 100 million range, but it's going to be wildly variant in that, depending upon what your opponent does. But I don't have her gear, and I'm still saying that. If you have her gear, 100%, I think arguably still the best female in the game. I know there's really good argument for others, but I love Zombie Becky. Others really hate her. So just take that for what it's worth. Either way, she's up there with Zombie Rhea on the power ratings, pretty close by. And then there's this whaley whale of a character, Indy. Talk about the top end. Indy became more accessible this year, and thank goodness, because now she's no longer with the company, and so who knows if she'll be in there again. There was an oopsie poopsie that allowed a lot of people to get her gear. There's 2 moments that are really amazing for her. Using her in Feud, in fact, she's still set up from Feud because I've been using her in Feud. With this setup right here, it's 140 million in a couple clicks, and it's super easy. Boom, done. You don't have Leonardo Seth, no worries. Put Zombie Gunther there, and you're good. Like, all super easy, accessible trainers, but she's super rare. Her tricks are super rare. And then the fourth argument is kind of a 1A, 1B sort of situation because there's an asterisk by both. Acro Bianca is super good, but you'll see I've stripped her of her title. I've stopped using her. I use Zombie Becky and Rhea and Indy. Those are my 3, right? But still amazing. She's a little slower, but this moveset right here will beat anyone. And if there's Showboat, twice on Sunday, right? And if you have her gear, I don't. Otherwise, I might consider it. Multi-gems go up higher. Still very, very good. And then you've got your free-to-play hero, Kairi Sane. I've been told by a lot of people I need to take Kairi Sane up because if you've got a couple plates, pyro for her and or the let me talk to you, a couple other plates that go in the mix, plus the moment, she can easily hit very, very hard. And she's free. She's free to play, free to access. Some people's favorite right off bat. So those are kind of 4 to 5 arguments for that. Now, in terms of free to play, I wouldn't classify Rhea as free to play, but again, she was so accessible in her month that a larger portion got her than would normally get. So if you count Kabuki, Warrior, and Rhea, best class for females in the game, argument to be made, right? Other than that, there's not really a whole lot that I would talk about. IOW Charlotte had a moment. She's not great anymore, but you can still do some things with her. So let's move on to Showboats. Showboats is kind of a tale of 2 cities and 1 person. That 1 person is Maxine. If you have Maxine, this is the best female in the game. I know I've said that on a couple, but there's some really good ones now. I enjoy playing with her in this game and Zombie Becky more than anybody. I just love the way she sets up. I love the way her moves work. I don't have gear or a moment. I don't have any tricks for her like that. She easily hits 100 million. Easy, right? There's a little bit of cascade risk because you run the moveset twice. You basically put the pyro gems on the top row, then you put the middle rows as reinforce. You break that, and then that, as long as it doesn't cascade, you reloads everything, and then you put them the correct way, and then boom, 110 million, easy all day. Love it, right? So she is phenomenal. But then we go to who's accessible for free-to-play Showboats. I've seen some people build her out pretty insane. I will admit I've seen some builds for her that hit pretty hard. Most of the community not going to get there, right? Lita, good, not great. She stun locks, so she'll never lose, but not going to be fast, not going to be great. Bailey, good, not great. Annoying to use, annoying to go against if you don't beat her turn one. But other than that, she just takes literal hours to win, right? So your next best argument comes down to Charlotte. And this is why I would say Showboat cannot be in the least good category for females, because Charlotte is completely free to play and her gears are free to play. However, they take a night and day to get to them, right? So with her gears, she is arguably among the top females in the game, and that might surprise some people. We've got a video on it. Merrick's has a bunch of videos on it. All the content creators have been talking about this for a while. If you get all of her gears, she is among the best females in the game, and she is completely free, completely free for her gear too. However, you have to go into your faction shop and you have to build up a lot of faction coins. You need to be in a good faction, and it's literally going to take you at least 5 months or so to get all of her gears, maybe longer. But if you're willing to do that grind, she's free to play. She is amazing, and yeah, she's just top of the pile, right? So between Maxine and Charlotte alone, I would say that Showboat's not the worst category in the game. However, it thins out pretty quick. There's not really any other females that I would recommend strongly, at least, beyond them. And I don't think I'm missing any. Jade. Oh, Tori and Jade. Yeah, I am missing two. I'm missing Tori and Jade. Both of them actually really good. So that kind of pads out the Showboat class even more. So let's talk about tech females. And just like tech males, it would be a hard thing for me to say that the tech females are the worst in the game, right? Primarily, that comes down to Charlotte. If you have Charlotte, she is, again, one of the top females in the game. If she were able to fight the men, I would take her up against the men as well. Hello, motorcycle outside. She's just that good. I don't have her gear, although I'm tracking to get it this month on the prize wall, and that makes a huge difference for her because then she starts loaded guaranteed. But yeah, Charlotte is extraordinarily good. Then you go to the free-to-play right off because she's the only premium technician, right? Only premium female technician. That's a problem. Becky, not good. Not a good fighter. Not worth using, right? So you come down to two. You come down to Mae Young, who was free, grindable, A tier, right? Very good. Not top tier, but very, very good. Her plate was somewhat accessible twice. And so if you've got her and her plate, yes, you could put a Pyro Princess, or I'm sorry, a Piper's Power on her as well. She's really good, and she was free. Also, Nikita became very accessible. Not certainly free, because she was the S tier chase character, but over the course of time became very accessible, and she's still pretty good. Triple Black, I ran it during Feud. It's not quick, but it does the job, and my 6 silver took out some golds without too much problem there. Then you come to Bailey. Bailey's your mid-tier. She is good, not great, kind of slow, does some things, but can stun lock. And then it kind of drops off. Yeah, Shayna's not good anymore, unfortunately. Sorry, Noble January. I know you really tried for her. Yeah, so this is really a tale of two characters. It's May and Charlotte. So for females, what we're learning is we need a lot more accessible females, right? A lot more free-to-play heroes there. But I would say Acrobat absolutely can't be considered as the worst or least good. Tech, maybe. If you don't have Charlotte, possibly. But for me, it comes once again down to Powerhouse and Trickster. Powerhouse females, if you don't have, which I don't, and don't know that I will at any point soon, if you don't have Abby the Witch, there's just not a top tier Powerhouse female. For my roster, Super Stacy is, but that's because I have Seth and Goldberg. That's super rare. Chelsea's okay. She's really okay. And for tech or Trickster females, I really think it comes down to Liv. Cora maybe, and if you have Cowboy Hat Trish, maybe. But anyway, so that's 3 categories: the Powerhouse, Tech, and or Trickster. Which one do you think is the worst? Let me know in the comments section. Like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and then send this to your friend or faction mate so they can get in the conversation. And join us every Friday for the power ratings, because we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But tell me in the comments your pick, objectively as possible. What's the least good female class in the game? I'm saying Trickster for both male and female. But that's just my thoughts. Share yours, and I'll see you on the next one.